My roommate and I were living in a basement apartment of a large house. And as I am a naturally curious person, I always wondered what the house's upper floors looked like. When my roommate and I were talking one day, I told him I'm curious to see what's upstairs. I mean, the basement where we lived was cold and dark, and the ceiling was very low. Also, my room was tiny. I mean, just tiny. I couldn't complain because, well, that's the only price I could afford. One day, we finally decided to check the upstairs with the landlord's permission. He was kind enough to tour us around the house, and we checked out all the rooms. Oh my goodness, it was so beautiful. Two of the rooms were suites, with their own bathroom. One room was twice the size of the other room, and all of them were fully furnished. The kitchen was so lovely, and you could see the deck, the patio, from the kitchen. We went downstairs and we could not stop talking about what the rooms were like upstairs. To our surprise, a few hours later, the landlord came down and told us that no one is renting the rooms upstairs, and if we wanted, we could move. We had just been talking about this. Guys, I am not joking. It was just pure talk and imagination of how the house upstairs looks. This law of imagination, it is real. Okay, so the rooms are amazing and I really wanted to move up there, but the problem was I was jobless. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to afford the room, being unemployed. I could only depend on government money, so I wouldn't have much left over for me. I mean, was it worth it to move up there? And if my roommate moved, I'd be left all alone in the basement apartment by myself. My roommate said, "Don't worry, just affirm that you would be able to afford everything and that moving would be worth it." So I tried it. I sat and I got clear in my head and my mind, and I visualized the upstairs with my imagination and living there comfortably. And then I affirmed and believed I would be able to afford it and that it's worth it. A few days go by and I receive an email for 2 job interviews, and one was full-time and the other is part-time. My mom also sent me money out of nowhere. I didn't even ask her for it. My roommate came to me smiling and said, "See, I told you would have enough money to pay for the rent. Plus now you have 2 job interviews lined up. This move is worth it. So let's do it." So now we basically own the whole house because it's just my roommate and me. We have a small but cozy patio, and we manifested some free outdoor furniture and new paint for the deck from our landlord. Our utilities and internet are all included in the rent, plus we get free laundry. So everything has worked out. My rent is affordable, and I have a suite. How did we get all these? Well, simply we used the law. We assumed, we believed that our landlord is the nicest person in the world and that he is just like our favorite uncle. So he doesn't have any choice but to conform. It's true. Very true that everything in my 3D, my reality, was my own creation. My thoughts created. It was hard for me to believe it before because, well, it always took some time to show up. But it's true. And I always remember this. The physical reality is only a reflection of the subconscious. It is only the past playing out in the present, slowly solidified into form. The world of form, although convincing, is really only an echo. That's another house manifestation, living situation manifestation success story. And there are a whole lot more success stories in this playlist on screen right now. So go on ahead and click it.